While you are fighting over TikTok bans and watching politicians debate the minimum wage, the greatest wealth transfer in modern human history is happening right under your nose. And the craziest part? Wall Street isn't just letting it happen. They are actively subsidizing it. Right now, the financial elites in New York are doing what they do best, trading digital pieces of paper. Currently, paper oil derivatives trade at a staggering 28 times the volume of actual physical global consumption. Over 95% of these contracts never result in a single drop of real oil changing hands. Wall Street uses this infinite paper loop to artificially suppress the price of crude, patting themselves on the back for keeping U.S. inflation metrics looking pretty on a spreadsheet. But China doesn't run its military on spreadsheets, they run on atoms. While the West trades fake oil on Bloomberg terminals, Beijing has recognized the ultimate system error of the American empire. You can print dollars and you can print derivatives, but you cannot print physical crude. Using Wall Street's artificially suppressed paper prices, China has been quietly backing up massive supertankers, executing the most ruthless arbitrage in history. Let me give you the math. The U.S. has drained its strategic petroleum reserve down to a fragile 397 million barrels, the lowest buffer in decades. Meanwhile, China has relentlessly hoarded an estimated 1.5 billion barrels. They are draining the world's physical energy supply at a discount, funded by the hubris of the American financial system. We think controlling the ticker tape means controlling the world. But when the physical shortage finally snaps, the petrodollar won't die because of some grand BRICS announcement. It will die because when America goes to print dollars to buy oil, there won't be any physical barrels left to buy. Let us establish a fundamental truth that your broker is hiding from you. There are two markets in this world, the market of price and the market of availability. They are no longer the same thing. For a long time, I looked at NMEX futures and thought, okay, oil is at $85, the market is stable. I was an idiot. I was looking at the menu while someone else was eating all the food in the kitchen. Right now, for every single physical barrel of crude oil pulled out of the dirt in West Texas, there are 28 phantom barrels being aggressively traded by algorithms in New York and Chicago. Wall Street hedge funds are making billions, playing the microscopic spreads on these paper contracts. Because the volume of paper is so massive, it acts as a gravitational weight on the actual price of oil. It creates an illusion of abundance. Stop looking at the ticker. Look at the shipping lanes. By early 2026, we saw physical cargo premiums violently detach from the paper market. There was a moment where Asian buyers were paying a $37 to 40 cents hidden premium above the paper price just to get immediate delivery. Why? Because you cannot burn a futures contract to keep the power grid from collapsing. Wall Street built a matrix. And they forgot they actually have to live in the real world. If you want to know who is destroying American supremacy, do not look at a foreign adversary. Look at the incentive structure of Manhattan. Wall Street traders get their multi-million-dollar bonuses based on quarterly yield. They do not get paid to care about a 10-year national security threat. So, when they artificially suppress the price of crude oil through mass financialization, who benefits? China? Beijing is currently executing a geopolitical bloodletting. They are using our financial illusion to buy up actual reality. In 2025, China was quietly hoarding over 1 million barrels a day. They didn't announce it. They didn't brag about it. They just bought it. And they bought it at the artificially cheap prices provided by American hedge funds. Let the sheer insanity of this sink in. The United States Department of Energy has been systematically bleeding our strategic petroleum reserve just to keep local gas prices low enough to stop voters from rioting. We sold off our emergency lifeblood to balance a political news cycle, dropping our reserves to roughly 397 million barrels, a rounding error in a global conflict. On the other side of the Pacific, the Chinese Communist Party has expanded their underground caverns and commercial tanks to hold over 1.5 billion barrels. They are subsidizing their future war machine using American financial markets. We are handing them the bullets, and we are giving them a discount at the cash register. They tell you America is an energy powerhouse. We export millions of barrels. We are energy independent. I used to believe that narrative. I used to think the petrodollar protected us. I was wrong. Ask yourself this: if you are an absolutely secure, energy-independent hegemon, why are you selling your strategic emergency reserves to balance your domestic budget? You don't sell your fire extinguisher to pay the water bill unless you are fundamentally broke. This is the hubris of holding the reserve currency. Washington and Wall Street genuinely believe that because oil is priced in U.S. dollars, America dictates the terms of reality. They believe that as long as we control the SWIFT system and the clearing houses, we control the power. But you cannot eat dollars. And you cannot put a digital bank reserve into the fuel tank of an F-35 fighter jet. I need you to answer this right now, down in the comments. Who is smarter here? The American trader making $5 million a year trading paper oil he doesn't own, or the Chinese bureaucrat stacking actual physical barrels in an underground bunker for the next decade's war? Tell me in the comments, because history has already picked a winner. Here is where the macro data slams directly into your wallet. Eventually, the 28-to-1 ratio breaks. The financial elites cannot suppress the physical shortage forever. When the global spot market finally dries up, the illusion shatters. The price of gasoline won't just go to $5 or $6 or $10 a gallon. It simply won't be available. Your savings account, your 401k, your stock portfolio, all of it is predicated on the assumption that energy will always be cheap and abundant. The moment Wall Street loses control of the paper price, all of that digital wealth incinerates overnight. Because the foundational input of the entire global economy was just hijacked while our smartest minds were busy playing casino games with derivatives. The ultimate nightmare isn't hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is just a symptom. The true nightmare is waking up one morning and realizing the United States government desperately needs to refill its strategic petroleum reserve to keep the military functioning. But the global physical market is completely dry. We will stand there with trillions of freshly printed U.S. dollars, waiting in line, begging to buy back the very same physical atoms we allowed China to hoard at a massive discount. The petrodollar system doesn't end with a dramatic press conference. It ends with an empty tank. And my question to you is, when the tanks run dry, what exactly are you going to buy with your paper?